Welcome back. Now, before you continue with the video, I recommend going to watch my first video that I did on racism. You can find it in my oldest video section. It's a bit rusty and the audio is a little crunchy, but it'll set the stage for what I'm talking about today. This is an update to what I talked about last year. Now, going back to the definition of racism: prejudice, discrimination towards a group of people based on characteristics, traits, so on and so forth. Now, I want to focus on the word prejudice, right? It comes from somewhere. It's a irrational attitude of hostility towards a group of people based on characteristics, their or ideas or whatever they believe in. Now, everything comes from somewhere, and it's really based on survival. I mean, think about it. I'm gonna close your eyes and let me set the stage for you. You're walking down the alley, right? It's 3 in the morning. What are you doing out at 3 in the morning? Who knows? But you're walking down the alley to take a shortcut home. A group of men approach you. Now, either two things can happen. One, they're gonna bid you a farewell and wish you a good night and good fortune on your future. Or two, they're gonna beat you, assault you, and maybe spread your body across the city and send out a riddle to the police station to find your remains. Where does this come from? If you've ever walked down a dark alley, you may have had experiences with a group of sketchy people walking towards you, regardless of skin tone or whatever. If you see a dark figure approaching you at night, you're already on high alert. It's only two things that can happen. Now, maybe you haven't been in a dark alley, so let's try something else. You're at home, sirens are going off, and dark clouds are rolling in at 20 to 25 miles an hour. One, it could be a tornado or hurricane, severe weather watch. Or two, the rapture is about to happen. You're one of the last people left on Earth. What's more likely to happen? A weather storm, right? Why? Because your brain is already conditioned to know that bad weather comes with dark clouds. And if it's a rapture, you may want to drop your knees and start asking for forgiveness. But in today's video, I'll be discussing why so many biases and prejudice exist against my race. Because in this unfortunate instance, the minority represents the majority. So let's dive in, shall we? Now, we all live by mental shortcuts because one, the human brain is lazy and it likes to find the easiest path with the least resistance. Psychologists call them heuristics, cognitive cheat codes that allow us to live our lives easier to make sense of this big, messy, unpredictable world. But sometimes these cheat codes cheat us, especially when it comes to race and stereotypes, because social media doesn't just show what's going on online, it magnifies it by 100. So what gets the most likes, the loudest, the most stereotypical things get the most views. Why is this? One, because people are condemning it, and two, people are feeding into it. We feed into the wrong things so much, and it's not that these things don't happen, because according to social media, they happen a lot. And based on how your algorithm is set up, it's gonna be the only thing you see. So when I go through these comment sections, and the first comment I see most of the time is the usual suspects. Oh, the fatigue is real. And you yourself as a viewer, you can't help but think, well, they're not lying. But your first thought is to defend. You defend these negative actions. It's like you double down because it's being called out, and you feel bad because you're associated with it by default. And you didn't choose it. You're simply associated with it. Because this subculture that exists, it kind of casts a large shadow over the actual culture. The actual culture is excellence, doing what you can to the best of your ability, no matter the circumstances. The struggle, right? Coming from the struggle, making it work for you. But what rap did was it amplified it. The rap culture, the gang culture, the drug culture. Granted, it was pumped into the communities, but no one was forced to use it. Drugs was already a problem. It was just amplified through propaganda, being television, music, songs, your friends coming to school talking about it, or or these big advisories that's being shown on TV, the music videos. What do you see? People are happy, they're smiling, but you don't know what goes on when that camera cuts off. It only captures a moment, and that's what social media does. It captures these moments of these lows from a subculture that exists within my actual culture, and it's somehow become the poster child for what a Black American is in America. And why is this? Well, a 2021 study in the Journal of Social Psychological and Personality Science found that exposure to negative portrayals of Black people led to, guess what? Increased racial bias. Who would have guessed? You know why? Because our brains are wired for patterns. And the more you see, that becomes what you know. And the more you know, well, the less inclined you will be to have such stereotypes and biases. But when you start to see it in your day-to-day life, then that starts to warp your personality towards a certain demographic of people. And that's just how we are as humans. It's survival of the fittest. Run first, and then you can reflect later. Now, everybody is not the same, but when it's all you see, that becomes your personality. There are plenty of Black Americans who disown this subculture that somehow eclipses the actual excellence within our culture, and they disown it. Now, my problem comes into play where you see the Asians overseas and people in different countries vibing to rap music, and they have their dreads and their big chains. There are people in the comment sections who say, "But we have no culture." Rap culture is an entirely different thing. That's different. But when you claim that, and other people get behind you and say they want to be like us so bad, but they're not like us.
Oh,
My bad. That
brother,
was
this
stupid.
guy
That was stupid.
stinks!
That was my bad. That's on me. But we're claiming this negative aspect, and we're making it our entire personalities. Hmm. In recent news, right? Since I'm talking about rap culture, a rapper by the name of who goes by the name of Queso has just been sentenced to, I want to say, life in prison for murder. Do you know what his first post was on Instagram? A black man in a courtroom with all white jurors and a white judge. I was set up to fail from the get go. He wasn't set up to fail when he murdered someone. He wasn't set up to fail when he rapped about murdering someone. He was not set up to fail when he added details to his rap lyrics about murdering said individual. He was set up to fail when he got to the courtroom. That's where he was set up to fail. His victim mentality that we everybody, because I'm grouped in because I'm automatically black. So we we have to hold ourselves accountable. Everything is not racism. Now there are signs of blatant racism. Blatant racism is this. Another example, right? Recently, I seen a post, and fun fact, all my news comes from X. Wow. So is my algorithm just feeding me negativity? Maybe because I make content based off uh, negative actions. Because the positive content doesn't get the views now, does it? It was a video the other day. A coworker called his worker Niger, a country in Africa. That's rude, right? And the caption said her family members pulled up in less than 2 minutes. Now we're already stereotyped based on our low tempers, low capacity to think rationally, uh, aggressiveness, barbaric, athletic. I can go on and on. You come up in tank tops, you ready to throw down over a word, not an action, a word. A noun, not even a verb, a word. Bars. But it's like you guys were willing to risk it all because he allegedly called a family member Niger. Now, me personally, I've never been called N-word. Haven't experienced it. So I don't know how it feels. I don't know what I would do. Would I black out and go crazy? Because I speak from my comfortable room about this topic. I don't know how she felt in the moment, but she had to feel bad enough to call her whole family members to go up and press this person at Burger King. It must have been really bad, right? But I've heard Dr. Umar Johnson call more black people more racial slurs than any slave owner. Well, I don't know any slave owners, but I'm pretty sure he has a extensive vocab when it comes to coming up with slurs for black people.
Top 5 coons of all time. We ain't gonna go all time because I'll go all the way back in history and some of them might not have no reference. So I'm gonna keep it contemporary. Let's say the 21st century.
But we're supposed to be united. Now, obviously, there's some of us who can't be. We have irredeemable qualities. I mean, we have to point it out. And where does it start? It starts in the womb. If you make it out. Oh. No, what I mean is it starts in the womb. Like, right? The development of the baby. Unless your mom has a membership at that place. I think rapper Glorilla posted that she joked about having a membership at the clinic that vacuums out babies from the womb. Now, let's say you make it out. I seen a video of a mother at a baby shower vaping. It got uploaded, by the way. I didn't record it. It got uploaded to the web for everybody to see. Meaning it's free game to talk about it, right? I also seen a topic where on TikTok that talked about BM to BM. What's a BM for my people out there who are uncultured? A baby mama. Baby mama to baby mama. What's the most heinous thing your BD, baby daddy, has done? Because she's trying to rationalize her baby dad's negative actions. Not her husband or fiance, her baby daddy. That's what some people in the subculture, that's what they turn to. That's what they fall back on. Trying to relate. 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 A broken household, you're already the child is already at a disadvantage. But you rather ask online, what's the most heinous thing someone else's baby daddies did? Got you pregnant, should be at the top of his list. That's me. I'm sorry. Now, let's keep it real. I mean, we all stereotype each other, regardless of race, sex, gender, sexual orientation. We stereotype the moment we walk out the door and we see someone walking or running. Our brain is already firing, trying to see what they're doing and is it going to harm me? It just so happens that this filth on a subculture is starting to outshine the excellence that exists within the actual culture. So someone has to peel off this band-aid and show all this filth and call it out for someone to come and clean it. And it can't be cleaned overnight, not even a year. It has to start with the next generation. But this generation, they have a thing called, I'm not even gonna say it, but you guys know the term they're using to describe young black males. They don't make it easier either when they post online with 5, 6 guns that are probably illegal, and they live in it. They bask in it. You have NFL players training their son to do their celebration. Let me show you. Let me show you the celebration. Now, is that appropriate for a child to be doing? Probably not. The child doesn't know what they're doing. They're just doing what they see their parents doing. They imitate the older adults and they keep going. They keep the cycle going. Now, by any means, I didn't grow up at an advantage. If anything, I grew up at a disadvantage. I saw around me the males. I knew exactly what not to do. Because the things they were doing then, they're still doing now in the same situation that they were in when I was 10, 11-year-old boy. Wondering how am I going to become something other than to be something. But who's going to, anytime someone does call it out, they don't really get to the forefront. Now, when you're prickly, like Charleston White, then people see it. But you have to be harsh in order for people to even want to listen to you. He obviously stated he tried to do it the civil route, but it didn't work. You can't be civil. You have to sharpen iron with iron. You have to. If you try to be soft, you'll get eaten alive.
The real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem. And that's the problem in all ghettos. That's the problem, niggerism, where you got people who have just been, they have died in the wool, if you will, against white America, against American structure, and they have no work ethic. You can't get a job. You can build all the jobs you want. You can't make these young boys go to work. They're not going to do it. The schools teach is to let the government take care of you. The government owes you everything. The government owes you a house. It owes you education. It owes you income. It owes you a track phone. It owes you a pair of sneakers. I mean, and this is niggerism.
But you have to fight fire with fire. If you try to go in and sprinkle some water at it, that fire is going to spit back at you and maybe burn you. So who's going to be the person to take the mantle and try to step up? Because according to some means, the CIA does cartwheels every time a viral moment goes viral within my community. Ronald Reagan is hugging the NBA Finals trophy every time something goes crazy. Woodrow Wilson is cheering, jumping for joy every time something happens. The comments are creative. I can't lie, but it's like this shouldn't even be the case. Now, granted, other races they also have their fair share of viral moments, but predominantly, we all know who dominates the headlines when it comes to tomfoolery. We all know. And I'm not here to shame anybody. I'm here to challenge us. Like, why do we try to make profit out of our pain and suffering for 52 cents? Why does no one tell? Why does we see negative things happen and the people who do speak out, they get the cold shoulder sometimes or the silent treatment. So they just carry on about it. They just carry on about their business. Let them be. And I understand that because I think I just did a video about just letting stupid actions happen. So I guess I'm being a hypocrite because if I was to see someone from my race doing something that could potentially harm them, would I get involved? Would I get involved? Because then I'm putting myself at risk. Is it worth it to be a hero? No, it's not. I'll tell you what, change your pace. If you understand our culture of excellence, continue to be excellent. Live in your truth, be yourself, and be the best possible version of yourself that you can be. Because trying to change minds you can't change minds. You really can't change hearts either. Because once someone is so stuck in their own ways, it's hard to get them to see the light. because they're so busy looking down. So it's hard for them to look up to see what's actually in front of them and where they could actually be going. So be the best possible version of yourself. Maybe this video was maybe dragged on for too long. A 2022 study by Pew Research found that 65% of Americans under the age of 30 get their ideas of other people's culture from social media. So when people say social media is not real, it's not real. To some people it is. And that's how they're gonna interact with you based on how other people are acting online. People are surprised when I say I like jazz. How is that a surprise to like jazz music? Everybody doesn't like trap music or drill music. I just like peace and quiet. James Moody, Tom Brown. I just like simple. I'm simple, straight up and down. But when people ideas are formed based on what they see from social or viral trends, and how can I fight millions of billions of people? You can't. But what I won't do, I won't fit myself in a box to appease anybody. I won't fit into anyone's stereotypes or prejudices. I won't feed into the negativity that comes from social media that allows people to have these negative emotions and feelings about other groups of people. I'm going to be myself and treat others how I want to be treated, with respect and honor. If you don't deserve it, then don't expect it. And that's for everybody who posts online that's bringing shame to their family name first and foremost, and then to their culture. It's two things, and one can't happen without the other. They both move at the same time. Like if I get online on YouTube to start spewing negative rhetoric, and then when I ultimately become a CEO, I act surprised when it comes back to bite me. That's crazy, right? Now, it's like I said, we can't change centuries worth of prejudice overnight, but we can stop feeding the algorithm. But that won't happen because paid promotions and affiliate links dominate the world right now. So, if this video finds you, or you find this video, and if you've made it this far, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Be sure that you're trying your best to be your best at every step of the way. Peace. I'll be back for more soon.